Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome. You are now tuned in to the Knicks Vibes. And I'm your host, Young, Bold, Easy. Welcome to the show, man. We got breaking news coverage, man. You know what I'm saying? I was working this morning. Good day. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful start to my day, doing what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Came back, started taking a nap. Feeling real good, recuperating on the energy, uh, drool on the pillow and all that. Gotta fix that up. You know what I'm saying? And then something just tells me, yo, you might want to wake up, man. You gotta see this. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a trade. Donovan Mitchell is on the move, but it is not to the New York Knicks. If anybody can mess it up, it's the New York Knicks. But I'm not even gonna say that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually kind of happy. I'm happier than I expected to be. So I will continue by saying there is no, let's bring it back. And still, there is no Leon Rose slander on this channel. All right? As of September 1st, there is still no Leon Rose slander. Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Ochai Agbaji, personally, my favorite pick in the NBA draft. That was who I wanted us to get if we actually made a pick. I felt like through all the research I did for the draft, that was the craziest highlight tape I was watching, and that was like the most intriguing player because outside, inside, mid range, he could operate everywhere. So I'm very excited to see what it's going to look like for him in Utah because the opportunity is definitely going to be bigger. The only reason I'm speaking on him is because that was my favorite pick in the draft. And I felt like in Cleveland he was going to get some minutes, but it wasn't going to be like the type of opportunity that he's going to be getting in Utah. At least I'm assuming. But I'm definitely happy for him. So like I said, Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, and Ochai Agbaji, 3 unprotected first round picks and first round picks and pick swaps. All right. So what does this mean for the New York Knicks? The reality is, if we got Donovan Mitchell, what a lot of Knicks fans don't want to face is we weren't going to be contenders. This still was not going to make us contenders. It was going to make us a better looking spot for another star player because when you have a star in place, it makes it more fitting for another star to want to go over there and join. Like when Russell Westbrook was in OKC, PG, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Although he didn't do that through free agency, yeah, cool, I don't mind being there. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple moves that you can name of that matter, like, you know what I'm saying, that fit that. But the thing is, it was way too pricey. They gave up some great pieces as far as players go. Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, and Ochai Agbaji, all starting quality players. Uh, and we had dudes like it was going to be one of the 3, at least one of the 3, from Obi, Grimes, and Quickly, which would have been heartbreaking to. No matter who went, it would have been heartbreaking to some fans. Some of us were more comfortable letting Grimes go, more comfortable letting Quickly go, more comfortable letting Obi go. So no matter who was gone, it was going to be some heartbreak along the Knicks fan base. All right, so it was too pricey, but at the same time, why I say there's no Leon Rose slander is going back to the video I made a little while ago saying we are not desperate. If we were desperate, this deal would have been made weeks ago, maybe months ago. As soon as we figured out, oh, this dude is on the trading block, we would have probably made this deal happen. But we are not desperate, and we proved that today. Leon Rose stood his ground. I like it. Uh, the price was just too steep He was asking for 4 first-round picks unprotected. Typically, when somebody is negotiating with you, so if somebody says, I want 100,000, they probably want 75. And they want to see if you'll actually be giving that 100,000. And then when you start to work your way down, you getting closer to their number, they could still get a little more than what they wanted, or at least get that number that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? So he was asking for 4. We said 2. I was thinking we would be the ones to actually meet in the middle. At a certain point, I was getting comfortable with the fact that we would have to let go of 3 first-round picks. It was the side of the players that hurt me on a personal level because the first, draft of the trade sent off that I saw, and many other Knicks fans saw, was Evan Fournier, Obi Toppin, and then the 3 first-round picks, along with 2 protected picks. So 5 first-round picks and all. He denied that one. Instead, took the pick swaps with Cleveland, and now the deal is done. The Donovan Mitchell to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So the positive here is we kept our young guys. Now it's time to give them burn. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be getting these. We can't, have these dudes in deals, and because I'm pretty sure they were sending deals back, and we're like, no, we don't want to give away this young player and this all. We can't be doing all this stuff and scared to let our young players go, and then when it comes time to actually play ball, not play them. We got to play our young guys. You know what I'm saying? Give our young guys some burn. And that goes from the quickly. That goes for Grimes. That goes for Cam Reddish. That goes for Obi Toppin. The front office and Tibbs have reached what I like to call scary hours. Because now this deal hasn't been done. We have an unfortunate overseer over all this front office staff. I love Leon Rose, but there is a man at the top, and I'm not talking about the Almighty God, but I'm talking about James Dolan, unfortunately, who can take decisions into his own hands, pardon me, not only get rid of the front office, because this was the type of deal that we were expecting, and that you sign a front office, whether it's a new GM or new president or new whatever it is, to make. I feel like Leon Rose made the right moves. Will James Dolan see it that way? Because at the end of the day, James Dolan is here for the big bucks. He wants to, sell tickets. He wants to sell playoff tickets because those cost even more. You know what I'm saying? And this isn't a move that's going to be able to put us into that playoff action. So now the front office has reached scary hours, or in other terms, on the hot seat. And Tom Thibodeau is definitely on the hot seat now. Because you don't get a dude like Donovan Mitchell, I feel like if just bringing Donovan Mitchell in would have gave he would have definitely been starting for the 2024 season, 2023-24 season. I think Tibbs would have definitely been around. But now that that move is not made, there's still some stuff in question. What do you do? We heard you say, you rather Grimes over RJ Barrett. Hopefully this isn't something that, you lose some of the players. That isn't that type of situation. Hopefully you could still find a way to round all those players and make them want to play for you and make them play the right way. But you got to get these young guys burned. At the end of the day, you're the one that's on the hardwood right there, and you're coaching these guys up, and you're giving these minutes, and you're distributing them the right or wrong way. My opinion, you did it the wrong way the majority of last season, and when you were supposed to be making certain moves, when Kemba was going through a tough patch, instead of going to Emmanuel quickly, you went Alec Burks. What kind of moves will be done this time around? You know what I'm saying? So, with all of that said, these guys have reached scary hours. Hopefully, Dolan is seeing it from how some of us may see it, because some people are still heartbroken and thinking, oh my God, like this is the worst move ever. You should have went out and got Donovan Mitchell, blah, blah, blah. Uh, it's a little more. It's you got to dive in. You got to really dive in and understand the situation with the picks. And if we gave away all these picks and then we got a Donovan Mitchell and we're still mid tier, we're not necessarily contending and we're just flirting with playing games. It's not a guarantee that we'll get another star. Though we look more attractive, it's not a guarantee. And then what other pieces do you have to move and get another star? Once that other star comes in, you got to start now. Almost everybody goes. You know what I'm saying? So it's and then how do you still keep depth with bringing in two stars? You know, after you get a Don Mitchell onto your side, it's very complicated. It's a little more complex than a lot of people are just looking at it. I know you're just saying let's get a star here, and I understand that because now the question comes: where does our star come from? Where, where is that star coming from? Because if you're looking at things like a uh, free agency 2023 doesn't look that crazy. Russell Westbrook is at the top of the list. You got James Harden, you got Kyrie Irving, you got Chris Middleton. Uh, some of them are player options. For Chris Middleton, James Harden, those are player options, unrestricted. For Russell Westbrook and Kyrie, I don't think that's moves that we want to make. Kristaps Porzingis, we definitely don't want to make. Kevin Love, Andrew Wiggins, those are not the type of players that's going to be changing the franchise. So I wouldn't even be paying that any mind. You go and you look at 2024, it's not, you got LeBron James, player option. You got Paul George, player option. You got Kawhi Leonard, player option. Kawhi Leonard is personally my favorite player in the NBA entirely. I would love a chance to have Kawhi Leonard. Do I feel like he's going to leave his hometown and a team that's contending, who I personally feel like has a great chance to win the NBA title this year if everyone is healthy? I feel like when the Bucks won it, it was his title to win because they were annihilating everything that was in sight. But that's neither here nor there. I'll be going on and shooting some more episodes as the season comes close for you know uh, other things that should be pretty interesting. But let's focus on the topic on hand. Uh, Klay Thompson, Tobias Harris, and then Chris Middleton. Those certain names from the 23 are completely unrestricted if they don't do any, crazier deals with the player options that they have. If they don't extend, I don't think James Harden is going to be extending pretty much after this player option. I'm not sure if Philly is going to go through with that. So I do believe come that time in 24, he was going to be an unrestricted free agent. But is that what you want? No. Do you want LeBron? Do you want Paul George? Or is Paul George or Kawhi willing to come over? Is Klay Thompson willing to come over? Klay Thompson comes over, cool, nice. I feel like that's a Donovan Mitchell kind of piece. You still need to add another star to really start contending. The reason why Cavs was able to make this move is because they was already in a better position than us as far as contention. When they were healthy, the only reason they flirted with that playing game was they late in the season health, became an issue. When they were healthy, these guys was like a 4 or 5 seed. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much close to contention, and it's the way that they play. They have defense, they have offense. So now you got Garland, you have a Donovan Mitchell. Over there, you're not really worried about, oh, I got a 6-1 backcourt. It's pretty much the same just there. But you got a high-powered dude that could go off of 40 in Garland. You got somebody who's a definite 25, 5, and 5 in Donovan Mitchell, who's entering his prime. You got Isaac Okoro, who plays defense and is trying to stretch out his game, and really all he has to do on offense now is try to just be a knockdown shooter on the wing. You got a nice prospect in Evan Mobley, who is I feel like this season could take it to another level and possibly make this team a 3-4 seed if he really realizes his potential. And then you got Jared Allen, who's a force defensively and is no scrub offensively. So these dudes were in a better position than we were to get a Donovan Mitchell and to make desperate moves like that. And not only that, they're a smaller market, which is why, you know, Danny Ainge would go and make a certain move like that with a small market. He needs to do the fleecing. So, Danny, you did your thing. You kept up what it was. You met your match when it came to Leon Rose because you wasn't fleecing this man, but you got the fleece done with Minnesota Timberwolves, and now you got the fleecing done, sort of, kind of, with because everybody's looking at this like, wow, that's the deal you made with now the Cleveland Cavaliers. So they were in a better position than us. Uh, you go on to 2025. As far as the free agents go, it's still kind of choppy. Uh, I'll wait for this to load up. Hold on one sec. All right, we got Jimmy Butler, we got Braun, still Paul George and Kawhi. If they opt into those player options after that, they become unrestricted. You got Rudy Gobert, but he'll probably be 34 at that time. Anthony Davis, 3 years from now. I definitely don't want no parts of that. So, and then you got Ben Simmons. Are you even going to play this year, let alone 3 years from now? You know what I'm saying? Drew Holiday, and then Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, but those are player options. You got a guy like Brandon Ingram, Jamal Murray. So, and even Brunson has like a player option going on that year. So that's 2025. Where are our stars coming from is the question at hand. You know what I'm saying? So it's clear to see that free agency is not the spot to be getting players now. You got to wait till certain people are disgruntled. And when they are disgruntled, you make a move for them and trade. Donovan Mitchell possibly was disgruntled, but he wasn't the type to voice his opinion. He kept it really, really professional, kind of like Melo did in his days in New York. All the stuff that he was getting thrown at him, kept it real chill and just, let the media say what they wanted to say. And he'll have his people and like agents wise and his circle just keep it real calm and keep everything right there where it need to be in their circle, and then we just move professionally. That's exactly how Donovan Mitchell handled it. And not everybody handles it that way. You know what I'm saying? We got people on the other side of the bridge that are a great example of that. But anywho, uh, you got to go and trade. So where does our star come from? My next question is what happens now with if you watch this show on the regular. And by the way, I just want to say thank you for everyone who's watching on the regular. That's something I would normally cover at the beginning of the episode, but as you can see, this is breaking news, and we in the zone. What happens with a Julius Randle? The ever so often mentioned Julius Randle. What happens to him? I didn't want to see a Donovan Mitchell with Julius Randle. I don't even want to see him on the squad now. I don't even want to imagine it. Like when I think of our lineups, I he's under contract for 4 years. The extension kicks in this year, and it's like I've been so disappointed to the point that I've made up this fairy tale in my mind that somehow the season is going to start, and he is not on the lineup. You know what I'm saying? So what happens with him now? Tibbs, do you have the guts to sit this man down if he is playing like poop once again? Do you have that in you? Because you were the main enabler of Julius Randle last season. You had an excuse for every wrong that he did. We can't put up with that this season. I think with Derrick Rose last year, maybe we could have possibly made the playoffs. But at the same time, Julius was doing what he did. There were a lot of improvements all around. You know what I'm saying? Although we were lacking at the point guard position, we were still able to finesse our way and start playing better defense. Our offense was still lacking. Fournier was still able to break a record in threes, which is not light. Uh, we saw improvements from our young core. Uh, RJ, which congratulations, by the way, just got a contract extension for 4 years, 120 mil. Uh, that was something I was waiting to uncover when I felt like there would be more news. This is more news, but we're just all over the place. Does Tibbs have it all in him to sit this man down if he is playing like poop? My thing is, going back to me making this imaginary fairy tale in my head, is we didn't use these picks now. I don't even want to imagine him on the squad. I don't care. I've said it multiple times. If you go back to playing like you did during that COVID season, is what people call it, and then some. For me now, it's about the fit. What fits on the squad? You could be playing good. Your attitude is still poop. I don't want to see it. So we ain't use these first round picks. We need to attach one and get this man out of here. Like, I told you I would become the worst GM in the world to get this man off my team. I'm picking up the phone, Julius Randle, and the first round pick. What you got for me? Oh, Sebastian Telfair. Yes, make it happen. Like, I don't care what name you say to me. Get this man out of here. I like just all I need is one power forward to back up Obi. That's it. Or man, I don't even need that because I could go and sign Melo so he could back up Obi. I'd be extremely happy with that. Extremely. That would be the dream way for us to finish it out. Bring Melo back to New York, have him back up Obi, give Obi his chance because I do believe this kid can average from a 16 to 20 points along with an 8 rebounds. If you play him with these starters and he doesn't have to look over his shoulder every 3 minutes. What other eighth pick in the draft is averaging 13 minutes over 2 seasons? You can't name it. You cannot name it. You can't. Eighth pick, averaging 13 minutes in 2 seasons. You can't name it. You cannot name it. Only in New York do we play. I won't even use that type of language. Let's keep it moving. You got all these picks for what? Is all I'm saying. You got all these picks for what now? Attach that pick to a Julius Randle. When you get the phone call, if it's a Gordon Hayward, take it. I don't know what other deals are out there. Take the deal. Take the deal. Make that person a backup. Play Obi. And let's see what we got. Because you can't draft this high and keep these dudes on the bench. We don't know who these people are. The people who are asking for them in trades don't know who Emmanuel Quickly is. They don't know who Quentin Grimes really is. They don't know who Obi Toppin is. They don't know what Cam Reddish could really give us. We do not know. Play these guys. Play them. It's that simple. Now, you start to wonder about that next star. Is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander that next star? Is that the next disgruntled star? Because now you had a Josh Giddey in place. And you look at that dude, and I'm looking at him on a personal level thinking that is a walking triple-double by the time season 3 or season 4 hits. I think it's going to be great improvements. If he even thinks of getting a jump shot, the league is in trouble. Because it's sort of a Luka kind of feel, but he's I don't know. I think he's much more masterful when it comes to his distribution on a personal. That's just me. Chet Holmgren is out. bringing Shea Gilgeous Alexander from me doesn't make me that excited to pair him up with Brunson. It doesn't. I feel like it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just SGA has more of an injury history. But I do love SGA as a player. It makes me think to a certain extent now is the Brunson signing. Though I do love Brunson's game and I do feel like Brunson is a great player, and I feel like he's going to be somebody who has great availability. I'm expecting Brunson to play 70 games this year. I think he can stay that healthy because players that typically are really, really grounded stay really, really healthy. That's just evidence. You're not doing anything that's just taking you out the game too much. So I think Brunson can play a lot of games, but you start to look at the Brunson signing like, was it just a move where I'm looking out for family? Does Brunson only take a year or two with the Knicks before another person comes in? Like a Shea Gilgeous Alexander, he actually plays that point guard, and that's the replacement that we actually go and start searching for the second star come on 2024 or 2025. We don't know where this next star is coming from. So only time will tell. There's still a season to play. What is the starting lineups? We cannot be starting Fournier this year. Nobody wants to hear Fournier starting. We want a Brunson. We want Grimes. We want R.J. Barrett. If nothing happens, Voldemort has to play. And then we got Mitchell Robinson. But the dream lineup for all of us is pretty much, for the majority of us, I'm guessing, would be Brunson, Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson. You have Derrick Rose on the bench. You have Quickly. Those two definitely got to play that 1 and 2 position. But you still got Grimes. You still got Cam Reddish. You have Obi Toppin. You have a Hartenstein and you have Jericho Sims. Where does Cam get his burn? Is Cam kicked out of the rotation? You see what I'm saying? Fournier might be another person whose contract we got to let go of. We might as well attach something to Randle, get him out of here, and get Fournier out of here. Let these young dudes thrive. Because I feel like with a Brunson leading that young core and RJ, if there's one thing that we've done wrong is stunt RJ's growth. Zion came in, the team was his. John Morant came in, the team was his. RJ Barrett came in, you didn't know if the team belonged to Markieff Morris. You ain't know if the team belonged to Randall. Like, who does the team belong to? RJ needs the keys. He cannot have the keys with a dude like Julius Randle. I'm not worried about Brunson. I'm sure Brunson will just operate how he's supposed to operate. We're talking about a dude who from late December to damn near the end of the season was averaging over 24 points. A lot of people credit him for the reason Boston said. Check the stats. After RJ Barrett hit this shot over Jason Tatum, the Celtics went on a rampage. It was over for everybody. We talking about a player who dropped 40 pretty much on the Miami Heat and did the majority of it in like the first half. And what do I feel like his ceiling can be is the person who is on the Miami Heat. He just needs to get better at that free throw line and get a better mid-range game and shoot outside. Jimmy Butler. I RJ can get to the free throw line with ease. He just needs to knock him down at that clip, and he's easily a 25-point scorer in this league, making him an all-star in the East. But we need to give this man the keys. It cannot happen with an RJ, with a Julius Randle. That's me. Maybe other people feel away. I'm over it. I'm completely over it. I'm not mad that we didn't make this move. This means literally nothing to me. They were more in a position to contend. Right now, we need to get these young dudes playing so they can up their stock. We really figure out, because I feel like these dudes could go nowhere but up. Derrick Rose playing with Emmanuel quickly was one of the best backcourt tandems that I've seen on the Knicks since being a fan in my life. And then the chemistry with Obi, Derrick Rose, and Quickly is just ridiculous. But if you slide him now to the, if you slide Obi to uh, the starting position with a guy like a Jalen Brunson, the beautiful thing about Obi is you can put him anywhere. He can play with literally anyone, and he's going to find a way to get buckets. He's going to find a way to get buckets. He does not need the rock. He's not somebody who needs to dribble 20,000 times, and then once the shot clock is running down, try to make something happen or pass it to the corner and turn the ball over. He doesn't need to do all of that. He can slash. He's starting to hit that outside shot, and I'm confident he's going to be hitting it from a better percentage, at a better percentage this season. This is what needs to happen. We need to get these kids to up their stock because regardless, listen, at some point, these players that we've fallen in love with, pause, have to go at some point. Either they stay with us because they've become very, very legitimate role players or possibly even young, close to stars. We have to figure out who these people are. We got to figure out who they are because we don't know them as a whole right now. We love them based on potential and we see what happens when they actually get a chance. Grimes got a chance, he blew up. Quickly, every time he's gotten a chance in his first 2 seasons, he's showed you things, and even to now to as a starter, ending that season last year, you saw what he could really do. And Obi Toppin, you saw what he could do when he doesn't have to look over his shoulder. And then you got a guy like Cam Reddish, who I feel needs to be given a chance. If you want to slide Grimes in that starting lineup, when you let go of a Fournier and a Randle and piece him up there, you slide Cam Reddish into the 3 on that bench unit. And then you go get your Carmelo Anthony. You know what I'm saying? So you got Derrick Rose, Quickly, Cam Reddish, Melo, and Hartenstein or Sims. Come on. This is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Give me the GM job, man. I'm gonna go over there and get right. Suited and booted, and we're gonna get right. Alright? Now, but seriously, all jokes aside, this is the way that not only I, but many other Knicks fans are looking at this situation. We gotta get these young dudes playing. We gotta get them more minutes. 13 minutes is not enough. Borderline 20 minutes, such as like Quickly, is not enough. We got to get these dudes 20 plus minutes. We got to see Grimes in a legitimate role. We got to see this dude starting. Fournier and Randle, we got to find a way to get these guys out of here and let this young core blossom because that's the reason we didn't want to risk letting them go to get a Donovan Mitchell. All right, so that's what it is, man. That's my show for today, man. Any comments, please leave them below, man, and I will respond to you as soon as I can, man. Thank you to all the new subscribers, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Whether you new or returning, thank y'all for constantly watching the show, man. Whoever you are, I'm truly, truly grateful. I really do hope y'all continue to watch the show. I hope you enjoyed this one. And we got a season on our hands, man. Training camp is not too far away, man. And the season is approaching also. Them tickets is out. So everything is in motion right now. And it's, I don't know. there's some pain, but there's beauty that can come up out of this. All right, so let's stay positive. And hey, man, at the end of the day, we love our Knicks. We're gonna ride or die to the end. You already know what this is. All right, love, gratitude, positive attitude, and I'll catch you on the next one.